All right, guys, just kneeling on your mats. I'm going to start with 5 shoulder rolls backwards. 3, 4, and 5, and then bring it in the opposite direction. 1 big shrug, shoulder to ears. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Take our fingers to our shoulders. Same thing with our elbows. You're going to reach them down to the floor by your sides. Forward, touch them together if possible, and then open them as wide as you can as you come back and down. Nice and slow for 2. Nice deep breaths as you do this. 3. Try to get that heart rate down. 4. And 5. Let's change the direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Taking your hands out to a cross position. I'm going to do a couple of cocks here. You can come up onto your knees if you want. We're going to work with rotating our palms in the opposite direction as we drop one shoulder forward and twist the other one backwards. For 2. We'll go for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try to keep both hands up at shoulder level. 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Whew, I can feel those muscles working. Okay, sit back down, guys. We're going to go for 5 neck rolls in each direction. So in your own time, nice and slow. Try to feel out any tension in any part of the neck as you roll that neck forward and down. And then back and around for 2. Keep thinking about that breath. Nice slow inhales and exhales. 4 and 5. When you get 5 circles, guys, just go ahead in the opposite direction. Yeah. You can do other stuff, so I won't.
No, I'm just trying. I don't have to do anything.
Okay. And 5, guys, lovely. When you finish those rolls, we'll just take a little stretch here, ear to shoulder. So I'm going to drop my right ear down to my right shoulder, reaching away with that left arm. And then I'm going to take my right hand up and over and just give a little bit of extra stretch down through the side of my neck. Sitting up nice and tall here, make sure we're not rounded forward. And nice deep breath again. Lovely, we'll release the neck, taking it to the opposite side. Lovely, guys. All right, just shake it off. Coming into all fours. I'm going to pop the clock on just for 60 seconds. And I want you to make your way through some cat-cows. And you can do a little bit of varied movement here. If you want to twist your shoulders left to right. Pulling shoulder and hip together at the top of your hollow. Or even at the bottom of your arch. Take a little side crunch. Again, try to feel out any tension throughout the spine, from your neck down to your tailbone. And pausing it in a position that feels tight. 30 more seconds. Again, focusing on nice deep breath. Lovely, guys. From here, keep your hands where you are. Just step your knees back about 2 to 3 inches, and you're just going to drop your hips forward. Keep tension in your glutes and your knees, so squeeze your glutes and push that ground away so you have a nice long neck. We're just going to hang out here for 30 seconds. You make any adjustments you need to with the distance between your hands and your feet. I would like your shoulders, guys, directly over your wrists. So Carly, yeah, if you can walk your wrists back, lovely. Another 15 seconds here, guys. Keep pushing tall so you have a nice long neck here. Squeezing those glutes to support the lower back. Lovely, guys, and lift those hips back up. So we're going to go for 30 seconds of scapula push-ups. These can be done, guys, on your knees. If you want a little bit of extra intensity, you can lift your knees slightly off the ground, but keeping our knees bent. All right, off we go. Getting to your end range with your scapula squeezing together and pressing apart. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, guys. All right, we're going to come to our scorpion stretch next, which will feel really nice after all those push-ups, stretching out your chest and bicep. So just laying on your front, we're going to bring our arms out to a T position and just check in that your hands are slightly higher than your shoulders here before we get into this stretch. From here, guys, I'm going to bend one hand so that it's underneath my shoulder, lifting the same foot, so bending my knee at 90 degrees. And then before I twist, I want to lift my knee off the ground as high as I can. And then I'm going to twist and rotate, trying to bring my foot to the back of my opposite knee. So rather than letting that leg hang out far behind you, I want you to keep it close to the straight leg. And that's just going to really ensure that we're working on a twist through our spine. Lovely, Carly. Good position. Nice, Sinead. Really good, Jenny. So your knee should be almost, if possible, up towards the sky. So try and get that foot under. That's it, Donal. If you're feeling quite comfortable here, guys, you can take that supporting hand and reach it up to the sky. Very nice. Lovely. And then think of reaching it back towards your hand that's on the floor. A little bit more opening through that chest, or take a nice little wrap, Sinead. That's really good. 10 more seconds here. And again, guys, just check back in with our breathing. So easy to forget and fall back into shallow breaths or even holding your breath. Really nice, guys. So I'll let you release and make your way over to the opposite side. Billy, I love the new yoga mat. Yeah. Excellent, guys. So just playing around with your own ability here. If it feels good, you can lift that hand up. But just pay attention to that leg that is bent. You want that knee raising towards the ceiling, keeping that foot close to the back of your opposite knee. Lovely. Take about 3 more deep breaths. Excellent, guys, and release. I want you to stay here on your front. We're just going to go for a little bit of active mobility through our shoulders. So I'm going to lie down, and I want you to stretch your body on the floor. So take a big stretch, reaching your toes and hands as far away from yourself as possible. I'm going to rest my forehead on the ground, and I'm going to go for 30 seconds of straight arm raises. So just lifting my arms off the ground as high as I can, but keeping my elbows locked and always reaching with my hands. All right, so when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Little straight arm raises, lifting them up and down off the floor. Controlling your hands back down to the ground. And reach as you lift. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, take a little break. So we're going to go up again, and this time we're going to make 10 circles inward and then 10 circles outward with our hands. Again, reaching our hands, making them as long as possible. Ready, off we go. Don't hold your breath. Once you've done 10 inwards, 10 outwards, big deep breath. And relax. Lovely, guys. And we have one more here. We all know this one. So our angel arms, I'll give you one demo. So I'm going to lift my hands as high as I can, circle them back with my palms down until I can't bring them back anymore. Then rotate palms to sky, make a fist, bring my knuckles together, and lift those knuckles as high up my spine without touching my back if possible. You can take a little rest here. Drop the elbows to the floor, you get a nice stretch, and then bring them back. So lift the elbows, lift the hands, extend out as far as you can, bring them up until you can't anymore, rotate palms down, and all the way to the top. So you can see how slow I took that, guys. I'm feeling every part of that movement. I'm always thinking of reaching my hands as far away from my shoulders as I can. That reach will help you with your range. Really nice. Take it slow. Maybe feel where you have the most tightness in that movement. Breathe. And I know it's so tempting to lift the head and neck, but try to keep your contact with your forehead and the floor. Big inhale through the nose. And it's actually a nice little pec stretch when you get those fists together on your back. If you drop your elbows to the floor, you get a nice little stretch in around the front of the shoulder capsule. We're going for 5 reps. Nice, guys. Take it slow. Feel the movement. Lovely, Sinead. Sinead, if you can, just at your top position, can you reach those hands further to get rid of the bend in the elbow? Just at the top, see if you can squeeze. There you go, lovely. So think in each position, can you give a little bit more? Can you extend through your arms a little bit more? Reach some more? Lovely, guys. I'll let you finish up whatever rep you're on. All right, and when you're ready, guys, you can have a look on screen. I'm going to show you the next stretch just while you take a little rest. So I don't have a surface here, like a bench or a kitchen chair is perfect. I'm going to use my wall. I do prefer if you have something that you can place your hands on. It gives you a little bit more traction with this one. So taking the hands to the wall, walk your knees back so that they're underneath your hips. And again, guys, I'm going to reach by pushing the wall away. So really reaching through my lats. And then I'm going to drop my chest through, keeping my ears in line with my arms. So try not to drop the head. Keep that head up here. So I'm just going to drop through first. Hold for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to make my way through some pelvic tilts. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis and release it slowly. Tuck and release. As I tuck, I want you to avoid lifting. Can you see how my shoulders have lifted? And I have that closed angle. I'm always trying to keep my chest down and just very slightly tuck and release. Okay, so we'll go for 30-second holds, and then I'm going to let you do 10 very slow pelvic rocks. All right, and if you have a surface that is perfect T and donal, yes, everybody seems to have some kind of surface. It just makes it that much easier if you can rest your hands on something. All right, guys, so just stretch for me. Clock is on for 30 seconds here. I'm going to check in with your position. I'm going to ask you to make sure that your knees are directly under your hips and not slightly in front. Lovely. Now, if it's too uncomfortable, you can walk your knees a little bit forward if you feel like, oh my God, my shoulders are going to collapse. But see, challenge yourself and get those knees back. Lovely. Making sure your ears are in line with your arms. Beautiful, Jenny. Super back bend here. Really nice, guys. Let that chest bone fall to the floor. A couple more seconds. So as we move into these pelvic tilts, I want you to try and imagine my hand is placed on your back. So you're not allowed to lift your shoulders any higher than the position they're in. And you're just going to ever so gently tuck your pelvis. Nice, Carly. And then release for 10 reps. And if you can, match your breath with your pelvic tuck. So breathe in as you tuck it in and exhale as you relax back down into that stretch. Inhale, exhale. Really, really nice, guys. Carly, can I get you to get your hands a little higher on the edge of that bench? So just get your palms right over the top. Lovely. Or your wrists, should I say. Nice, T. Bring those knees back if you need to. Super, Jenny. That looks, or sorry, actually I'm mixing comfort. That's a great back bend. I thought it was Jenny. Jenny, yours is great as well. Super mobility there in the shoulders. Lovely, Philly. Really nice work, guys, with keeping those shoulders down. That can be quite intense. So when you come out, you can just take a couple of shoulder rolls. Lovely, yeah. Excellent work, guys.
Words of Philly, I feel like getting sick.
It's a tough one, that one, especially when you're kind of suspended with your hands on a height. You're kind of giving into gravity, so it can be tough, Carly. Well done. And guys, this one is a little bit, I guess, strange, but it'll give you a really nice stretch down the back. If I just show you here, the two sides of your spine down the back of your neck. So be really gentle with this one because we are placing the back of our head onto the ground and we're going to be curling our neck. So I'm just going to place my hands, not quite in all fours, so bring your hands back to your knees. Then I'm going to tuck my chin and I'm going to tuck it so I can get as far back to the back of my head on the floor. So I'll tuck it down, and once I get to here, I'm just going to push a little bit with my knees. And I'm getting a really, really nice stretch all the way down the side of my spine in that mid-back. You're not so much putting pressure on your neck, so I'm not taking any weight. I'm keeping the weight in my knees, tucking as much as I can, and then just pushing forward. And you'll feel it immediately. almost like kind of a little burning sensation down the sides of your spine. All right, so have a little go. Again, really gentle. Tuck your chin as much as you can, Carly. Can you tuck it in even more? So you're aiming to get past the crown of your head to almost to the back of the head on the floor. And then just gently push forward with the knees and you should feel that stretch. If you feel nothing, let me know. If you don't tell me anything, I'll know that you're feeling that stretch.
Oh my God, am I not on mute?
Well, you were on mute, you just took yourself off mute.
Okay, sorry. Am I feeling this in my back or like my neck?
So you'll either feel it like right here,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit lower in this position.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of.
Yeah, it showed up a lot for me here, like a real kind of intense feeling. Very nice, guys. And again, it can feel a little bit strange, so just hold it as long as you want, and then you can take a rest and go again. I'll get you guys to give me some feedback on this one later. Lovely. It's really like a tingling sensation.
Jane, I'm not feeling much, to be honest.
And so I want you, Kylie, if you can you tuck your head even more? Even more. Bring your head closer to your knees. Can you get your head closer to your knees? So rather than walk your knees to your head, Carly, let's reset for me. Now, so I want you, there you go, and try and get maybe past your ponytail. Lovely. Now gently push forward with your knees. Good, and keep tucking that chin to your chest even deeper.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It is important, guys. If the top of your head is on the floor, you won't get much. You really have to tuck that chin as much as possible to feel it. And as I said, come out whenever you want.
Awful, Jane.
It is awful. There we go. Did you all get that tingly sensation? Yeah, it is tough, but it's a nice kind of just like nerve release down the spine. All right, guys, we'll give you guys a break from that one. And I'm going to do a little lat stretch here with you guys. And you can actually all use your height again for this one. I'm just going to use these guys because I don't have a height. And so this time I'm looking to stretch just right under here. If I was to cup underneath my armpit on the side of my body, so right into your lat. I'm going to take one hand, place the other one on top, and interlock my fingers. So that's going to go on your height. You can use a foam roller like I'm doing, or yoga blocks like this. From here, guys, you can keep the knees slightly under. You're going to drop the chest and twist. As you twist, I'm really feeling that stretch right into that position. All right. If you're wondering which way to twist, guys, it should feel natural, but whatever hand is under, or whatever hand is on top, you're going to turn towards that hand. Lovely. Play around with your knees, guys, if you feel like your knees are better pulled back under your hips, or maybe you're more comfortable with them underneath your chest a little bit, that's fine. So Carly, if you can, take one hand on top of the other. So just use one head of the dumbbell. Yeah, lovely. Now, Carly, I want you to twist to me or twist to the camera. Big twist. Try and pull one shoulder back, dropping the opposite one down to the floor. Lovely, guys. And let me know, as I said, you should be feeling it right here underneath that armpit. Do your best to twist those shoulders, trying to get one underneath and one on top. Lovely, guys. Take another 20 seconds on this side before we change. All right, guys, and just change the hand that's on top, twisting the other way. Please let me know if you're not feeling this, guys. And as I said, you can kind of play around with the position of your knees to find the best stretch for you. Lovely, guys. Another 20 seconds here. Excellent, guys. And release. Okie doke. We're just coming into our last stretch today. And we're working with our shoulder capsule here. I think most of us have done this one before. I'll give you a quick demo. So I'm going to start lying on my front. I'm going to lift my chest up and reach one arm underneath my chest, keeping it nice and high, guys, so it's under your shoulder. And then with the opposite hand, I'm reaching out in front. Now the aim here is to get both shoulders down to the floor. If this feels good, I'm just going to lift my chest a little bit, take my knee up to 90 degrees. So I'm stretching my right shoulder, my right knee will come up. And then that will just help me to kind of bind into that stretch a little bit more. And I can rest my head, or if you want, you can tuck your back toe. I'm just going to do a couple of rocks here, and you'll feel it on that shoulder. It's kind of a squishy feeling, or relax, okay? Go for a minute on each, and that will be us for today. I'm going to watch you guys get set up in this one. So when you take the cross, guys, make sure the hand is up here and not sinking down by your ribs or your tummy. So keep the cross right up nice and high. Lovely. Now, as I said, if you want to try lifting that knee to 90 degrees, but make sure, guys, lift the chest before you bring the knee into position, because it can be very awkward if you're in the stretch. There you go, Sinead. Get it all the way up to 90 and then reach back in, and you'll feel how that kind of, it's almost like a partner stretch here. Carly, is that one awkward for you?
Oh, I was doing the wrong thing, sorry.
So yeah, so that's okay. That was just, it's similar, but this one is just a little bit more focused on the shoulder capsule. Lovely, there you go. Good. Now, if you want, Carly, so lift your chest a little bit and then lift that left knee for me. There you go. And then reach back into it. Lovely, guys. We'll another 30 seconds on this side. And again, check in with that breath. Perfect time to stretch after your workout. All right, guys, I'll let you come out of that one and just make your way into the opposite side. Lovely. And remember, if you're lifting that knee up, make sure that you just lift the chest as well to allow you to get the knee into position, and then reach back forward again. Nice comfort, really, really good. Relax the head on the floor and just sink into the stretch. Focus on your breathing for the last 20 seconds. Lovely, guys. You can release.